Hey everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. I'm Bobby Sylvester of the Fantasy Pros Football Podcast, and today I've got my top 5 sleeper starts for Week 15 of your fantasy football season. Let's start up at the top, where at number 5, I've got tight end of the Carolina Panthers, Ian Thomas. While Greg Olsen was active, he was startable in fantasy leagues more often than not. Now that Thomas has taken over the full complement of snaps and routes in Olsen's stead, we're looking at a similar fantasy value. Seeing that Thomas had 10 targets in his first week as starter, he's a good bet to finish with tight end 1 production in this week's juicy matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. At number 4, it's on over to quarterback, where I've got Gardner Minshew of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I get it, the Jags are horrible lately, but isn't that exactly why Ryan Fitzpatrick and Sam Darnold have been such great streamers the past month? Minshew is near certain to find himself in a useful game script, and unlike last week versus the Chargers' great secondary, he'll take on the Raiders, who were just let up for 42 points by the Titans and have been awful all season long. Over to wide receiver at number 3, where I've got Jacoby Myers of the New England Patriots. Yes, Myers struggled against the Chiefs last week, but that secondary is a nightmare compared to what Tom Brady and the Patriots are going to draw this week versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Myers is far and away number 2 on the Patriots in snaps over the last 3 weeks, and while he may not have the raw upside of an N'Keal Harry, he's a polished rookie that Tom Brady seems to trust, as evidenced by the 19 targets he's seen in those last 3 weeks. Let's go to a running back at number 2, where I've got Chris Thompson from Washington. Yes, Darius Geis and Adrian Peterson are going to get the bulk of the carries, but Washington doesn't draw a lackluster run defense like the Lions, Panthers, or Packers that they played over the last 3 weeks. More than likely, they're going to get behind in pass all game. And as we saw last week when Thomas had 7 receptions, he's back to being a reliable third down back. And at number 1, we'll go to the Miami Dolphins, where I've got wide receiver Allen Hurns. If Devontae Parker ends up missing this game, Hurns is going to be an absolute lock to start versus the Giants' abysmal secondary. But even if Parker plays, we're still talking about 6 to 8 targets like we've seen over the past month. That should be plenty sufficient to post flex or wide receiver 3 numbers against a secondary like the Giants. Alright guys, that's all for my top 5 sleeper starts of Week 15. Make sure to let us know what you think in the comments section, and as always, like and subscribe for future content. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your football.